up, y'all? Back. Welcome to episode 11 of NoFux Podcast.
Didn't we just talk about me starting?
No. I'm doing the intro.
Well, we already started. Hey,
like anyway. I said, NoFux Podcast. I am your number one host, T Fields, better known as Young James Earl Jones, the light-skinned Barry White, Yellowhammer, or the All-State commercial guy. Yes, that is my Instagram profile. And this is my co-host.
I can't follow that shit up.
You will never be able to. Man. I'm still creating names.
I'm just the other nigga. How about that?
Today we got a special guest, one of my greatest friends, the current owner of multiple businesses, several streams of income. But today we're actually bringing them on here to, what would you say?
Educate.
To educate.
Teach. Mentor
about cryptocurrency, the wave of the future. Right now, we'll let Nick introduce himself, let y'all know who he is, a little more about him, and then we're shooting straight into questions.
Yeah, so Nick Gallegos, originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, been doing cryptocurrency since early 2017. It's been a wild ride. I've learned a lot, made a lot of money, done really well, met a lot of really cool people, and had a bunch of opportunities. So I'm excited to share with everybody. Thanks for having me on, you guys.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming. Sure. We'll let T start off.
First question for sure. How did you get into cryptocurrency? Because in 2017, I don't know if I even really heard about it.
And so it's a crazy story. So I also breed American bullies. I don't know if T told you or not.
We was going to get into that.
Yeah, so I breed bullies. On Facebook, there was a guy who also bred bullies posting up at that point about a coin named Ripple, XRP.
Okay.
At that point, it was like 1/3 of a penny. Wasn't even a full penny. And he's like, this is going to go skyrocketing. It's going to be huge. Get in. Everybody, trust me. Put your money in. And of course, I did my own research. In that month of doing my own research, went from 1/3 of a penny to about 30 cents.
Damn.
And I was like, dude, I just missed a wave. Now this is something legit. Now I need to set back and figure out what's the next XRP. And so that's what I did is I figured out who do I think is going to run up on this? And I was sold. And ever since then, that's all I've been doing. So basically just a fluke, man. Somebody on Facebook posted it. I came across it. And it worked.
Okay. So you've been doing this since about 2017.
Yeah.
The thing that I think, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of my friends and also myself don't understand how to even read the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
If you've never paid attention to stocks and bonds, which I know a lot of people don't invest, like they don't invest like that, they'll put their money in their 401k. Or maybe if they're a little smarter, like an IRA or something.
Right.
They don't understand how the money or how it fluctuates when it's not actual like currency, you know, like
you can't touch it.
Yeah, so it's like to me I'm just like it's imaginary money. Like I don't want to see that I have money but I can't spend it.
Right.
But you can, correct? Like you can.
Well, I mean, stocks. Can you truly touch a stock?
No.
So it's no different than a stock, right? So basically a stock is a share of a company. They're saying
right.
A company is worth this much. They're going to divide it up into this many shares, and that's how you buy it, right?
Right.
Crypto's no different. It's basically stocks in essence. It's not truly what it is, but in essence, it's stocks for digital companies.
Okay.
Right? And so they have what they call a market cap, which is the number of shares or coins times whatever the price is, gives you a market cap, just like stocks. Okay. So at its simplest form and for today's podcast, it's no different than stocks in that respect.
In that sense, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So it's basically you're saying, okay, I believe in the project this team's doing. I believe in what they're. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
You're good. You can sit back. I'm just moving the mic closer.
Basically, you're just finding teams and projects that you believe in, just like stocks. You have a team of managers. You have a product, say Nike, and you believe in what they're doing. So you buy into it, hoping it's going to go up. Crypto's no different. A lot of them do have use cases such as they're trying to be digital cash, or they're trying to be blockchain for, like New Balance shoes is now using crypto to track all of their supply chain issues. Okay. So now this gets away from knockoffs, right? they can verify whether a shoe is legit or not by the blockchain, because the whole thing behind crypto is the blockchain.
Right.
And basically what it is it's a public ledger that everybody has access to, that you can't hack, you can't change, you can't fake it. It is what it is, and it's verified by the community, whoever that is. And so you can't fake it. So for New Balance, what they're wanting to do is verify all their shoes are legit. They're wanting to verify where each shoe is in production, and they can do that through the blockchain technology.
Oh, okay. So there won't be any of them knockoff Jordans like that you see and shit like that. Well,
you're not going to stop them at the end of the day, right? There's still going to be fakes, but it's easy to verify that, hey, this is a fake. That shoe is not on my blockchain. Therefore, it's not legit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
I got a good question. Okay, today's title of this show is called FOMO. Can you please explain to everyone what that is?
FOMO is fear of missing out. And it happens to all of us in everything we do in life, man. Like, even as a teenager, you had FOMO about parties on the weekend. If you couldn't go, you're scared something's going to happen and you're not going to be part of it. Nope. Or some dude's going to get with the chick you wanted to be with because you're not there. You know? Yeah. So basically, FOMO is fear of missing out. As far as investment, that is when you see a coin going up and you're like, oh, everybody's making money except for me. So you jump in at a bad time on a bad chart and you end up getting stuck and you FOMO'd into it. And now you're stuck buying it at a higher price. And most of the time is when it takes a dump. And then you're holding the bag is what they call it. You're a bag holder. And now you're stuck holding these coins until they go back up in value. Right. Otherwise, you lose money.
You lose
is
money.
That similar to what happened with GameStop?
That's exactly what happened with GameStop.
Okay.
Well, GameStop is more difficult than that. But yeah, there was a lot of FOMO because everybody's like, oh, it's going up crazy. Oh, and so a lot of people bought in and then they got stuck buying in up at the top and then everybody ended up shorting it.
Right.
That was some bullshit is what it really was. Government got involved and they shut down trading. And the only thing you could do with those was actually short the stock. You could no longer buy the stock. Okay. So there was some manipulation in there from the government and other regulatory people, but that's basically what happened, man. They FOMO'd. Everybody was like, oh, everybody's making money on this. I want to make money too. And as far as crypto's concerned, that's the same thing that happens with Dogecoin. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah, I saw how
TikTok,
that ran up.
Twitter, all that other crap. Everybody Doge. And it did run up. And it's what in crypto we call a pump and dump coin. Okay. So a group will come together. They'll say, all right, we're going to pump this coin up. And then as soon as everybody else FOMOs into it, then we're going to dump it. And the first people in, they got in at under a penny, right? And they all accumulate. Then they start promoting it all over. Then they create pump and dump groups. And they create, we're going to dump at 5 cents when really they're going to dump at 4 cents, right? So they have this whole plan. And that's same thing with Doge, man. People got scared. They saw it running up from 1 cent to 7.5 cents. I mean, bro, that's insane. In like 2 days. You know. So that's exactly what happened with Doge is they just FOMO'd into it. Some people are stuck. It's still not even back up to 7.5 cents, you know.
So somebody lost out when they bought that high and it dumped. A lot of people lost out.
For sure. That fed up
so someone who's just trying to get into the cryptocurrency island, somebody who's just trying to get in, what advice would you give them as far as making their first investment?
So with crypto, with anything else, it's volatile. Anytime you're going to invest, you need to go into it as I'm willing to lose 100% of the money that I'm investing. Obviously, you never want to do that, right? But at your heart, you have to be okay with if I'm wrong and I lose this, it's not going to put me and my kids out on the street, right?
Right.
So that's the first thing, man, is make sure that you're willing to lose whatever you're putting in.
Whatever you're investing.
Then you have to do your own research and find out, you know, what coins do you think have a true future? Okay. You know, you get on YouTube and everybody's going to push their coin. Everybody was pushing Doge for a long time because they had a personal gain from that. Okay. You know, so look at coins, find things that you think have a good team behind them, a good use case, and you think will be around in 3 to 5 years. Okay. That's where you're going to want to put your money. Is those coins that you think have a good team, a good use case, and they're not just a pump and dump that serves zero use. Like Doge was created as a joke. It's nothing more than a copy of Bitcoin's code, and they listed it out with a dog as their mascot, for lack of a better term. Yeah. And it was a joke. It was a meme coin, nothing more. And then pump and dump groups were like, well, let's make money off of it. And they just started pumping and dumping.
Dumping it.
And every year they do those pump and dumps, and some people make crazy money. Some people lose crazy money.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, with that being said, I kind of thought that this might tie into that. So for those that research the coins, I'm fortunate to be able to get my information from you. Mm-hmm. What would you say to somebody, like, where would they start? Like, who would they go to? Who would you recommend for them maybe to listen to that? Like, everybody's on YouTube. So we search people on YouTube. Like, who are some of your go-tos that you would kind of take advice from in that sense?
As far as investing and day trading, I would follow The Chart Guys, all one word, The Chart Guys on YouTube.
Okay.
He's a hippie dude that's phenomenal with stocks, crypto, weed stocks, mushroom stocks. This guy's phenomenal. His technical analysis and being able to look at a chart and tell you where you're going to go, whether it's up or down, is phenomenal.
Okay.
He's also really good. So for our viewers, they can do their own research and look at charts, and they can learn all of this, because that is very important in your investment, is being able to look at a chart and be like, okay, is this strong? Is this weak? Do we have potential to go up? Are we topped and planning to go back down? You know, lots of different things that you could be on the chart.
Yes, sir.
So I would say the Chart Guys group is probably the best one as far as learning how to chart. He has crypto-specific courses on there for free. Okay. He also has paid groups, and his paid groups are phenomenal. I'm not part of them, but I've talked to people who have paid for it, and they said it's worth every single penny that's on there.
All right, y'all check out the Chart Guys.
Yeah, the Chart Guys.
All one word.
You know, Crypto Lark, I think, is a good one on crypto. He's not too shilly. A lot of guys, whatever they're buying, that's what they're pushing, right? Just like we were talking about earlier. I'll get some links and send them to you, and you guys can post them in the bottom
of the description. We'll put some of the links in the description
so that way
for y'all.
It's easy for the guys to get to. As far as researching on their own, coinmarketcap.com and coinmarketcal.com they have every single cryptocurrency listed. You can go on there, and they have a tab for social, and that'll pull up all the Twitter, all the Reddit, everything all in one place for you.
Nice.
So you can go through, look at these coins, see what the community's saying, you know, see, you know, is this just a pump and dump? Is the marketing team behind this good? Is the management team behind this good? Those two things are phenomenal for that. Market Cal actually posts up all future releases. So if there's an event coming up, it's on there. If there's technology release from the company, it's on there, and the dates are on there, so you can invest knowing, okay, if I buy this coin now, in 5 months they're releasing this technology, chances are it's going to go up between here
because they're releasing new technology. Correct.
Right. So those are the two places I would go. coinmarketcap.com and coinmarketcal, like calendar.com.
Okay, and we'll definitely put those in the description.
We'll put those links in the description.
As far as like doing the things on your phone, is there any apps that you suggest that
for sure
are pretty good ones?
So I personally use US based companies, because I figure, you know, they may charge me more, but if they screw me, I can sue them. You know, they're based off of US law just like anybody else.
Okay.
Where some of these are in Hong Kong or Singapore or wherever they may be stationed, they may have cheaper fees for trading, buying, or whatever. But honestly, like, if they run off with my money, what am I going to do? I can't do anything, right? So a lot of these, they have to report to the SEC, which is the same governing body as stocks. They also have like FDIC insured up to a certain percentage based off or a certain cap as far as market dollar. So I use Bittrex for all of my trading.
Okay.
So Bittrex.com is who I trade with. Again, they're US based. So
Bittrex,
Bittrex.com.
Okay.
We'll throw a link on there for that.
Yeah, we'll throw the link on there too.
Coinbase.com is a good app. They do charge a little bit, but it's very simple to use. This is what I have my grandparents on. This is what I have my parents on.
So it's user-friendly.
It's user-friendly. Anybody can figure it out, man.
That's the one I need.
Another really good one that's super easy to use, and I haven't used it yet, but a lot of my friends have. It's new. It's called Voyager. They do have it on iPhone and Samsung. It's the Voyager app. Download it, and it's even easier than Coinbase to use, and it's less expensive than Coinbase to use. And they have way more coin options for you to purchase on there.
Oh, okay.
So I personally haven't used it yet. I actually just signed up today. I'm waiting to be approved. But that's where I would probably send everybody to start is Voyager. You can use it on your phone. You can use it on the computer. And Bittrex and Coinbase are good too.
Okay. So typically on our show, we talk a lot of shit. Yeah. Every now and again, we try to
watched them. Yeah, I've
we
seen
try
them.
We try to get some information out. As far as you're concerned, as far as you've been trading and investing and stuff, if there was one mistake that you said you still regret, like you're just like, I really fucked myself.
I think I know this one.
What's that? Go for it. Come on, man.
You tell them. You tell them.
And I'll say if you were right or wrong.
It was the one where you hit like 7 figures and then I guess you didn't pull out in time. And it went.
So
did you think it was going up more, or did you just miss it?
I did. No. Okay, so it was twofold. Let me start at the beginning. So my biggest regret, and up until right now, I would say I was pretty crushed by it. And then now that I look back, I'm glad that it happened for two reasons, and I'll touch on that later. So when I started back in 2017, I took not a small amount. I took about 40 grand. Okay. I turned that into 7 figures in about 7 months.
Damn.
Okay. So from 40 grand, you've heard the story.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you.
You talk to him.
So 40 grand into $1 million.
Damn.
And I didn't want to cash out because 2 reasons. One, I didn't want to pay capital gains tax on it because short-term capital gains tax is 40%. Okay. So I didn't want to give the government $400,000 for absolutely no reason. So I wanted to wait till it was a year. Because after a year, your capital gains drops down to 15 to 25% depending on where your tax bracket is. Okay. So significant savings, especially when you're talking about $1 million.
Right.
Hell yeah.
The other reason is I was greedy. Am I good? All right. Cool. Not that I was greedy. I thought we were going to keep going up. Right. So the majority of my money at that point was made in a coin called Verge. And Verge is a coin that basically it's a privacy coin. And their whole theory was to hide all of your transactions so they couldn't be traced. Okay. And in theory, it sounded perfect. Everything that they were releasing up to that point was doing really well. And when I bought Verge, I got it for under a penny. Okay. And it ran up to 27 cents as its high.
Damn.
Crazy, right?
That's crazy.
In under 7 months.
Shit.
And
that kind of lick.
Yeah, for sure. So I made a lot of money, man. And I didn't want to cash out because of capital gains and because I thought it was going to go higher. You know, a lot of people were saying it's going to go to $1. It's going to go to $1. And then New Year's Eve, they were supposed to release their new technology. And they missed the date. And literally from the time, well, actually, they were supposed to release it on Christmas. They missed the date. And they said, we ran into some issues. We'll have it for sure by New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve came. Literally the second it hit midnight, it started dumping because they hadn't released it. So it dumped. I lost about 30% of the portfolio. And I'm like, I should just sell. And then I was like, no, it's going to go back up. We've already dumped 30%. It's going to bounce back up. There's no way.
Was you relying on that new technology to drop too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, they're going to release it. Well, they took 2 weeks to release it. And at that point, my portfolio dropped down to about the high 300,000. So I would have actually made more money had I just cashed out
and paid the taxes.
Paid the capital gains taxes. Yeah, man. So, but like I said, I'm glad that happened because I learned a lot of lessons, you know, and that gave me the capital to get to where I'm at today.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if I would have cashed out that $1 million, bro, I would have spent it all, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I had already had planned, dude.
You
I
would
had
thought
already,
you could do it again.
yeah, I had already picked out my I was going to buy a Lambo. I was going to buy a BMW i8 as my daily. We had already
Man,
bought a
you
new
got it
house.
planned
Like,
out.
bro,
Yeah.
I had accounted for all of that money because it was money I wasn't expecting,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to blow all this money. And then when it dumped down, I was like, no, this can come and go just like any other income. Any other business, this can come and go.
Right.
And, you know, that gave me a huge springboard to start now 4 years later in 2021. And one thing I want to touch on, don't let me forget, is 2021 looks just like 2017. And now is a perfect time for all of these viewers to get in, get their money in, and let it sit. Don't try and day trade it. Just let it sit. I mean, bro, when I bought my first Bitcoin, do you know what Bitcoin's at right now?
No.
Like 50, right?
About 50 grand,
50.
right? I paid under $1,000 for my first Bitcoin.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
You know, there's another coin, Ethereum. It last
Like
couple days,
1,700.
a couple days ago, it was $2,400.
Oh, 24. It's like
I paid between $24
God.
and $50
Damn.
for mine. Yeah, man.
Fuck. How long ago was that?
2017.
And so you see the market of the crypto doing about the same right now.
right.
It's exactly
So
mirroring
those
it.
same type of gains that I got back in 2017, there's no reason that we can't do that again in 2021.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying don't try and day trade this. Just sit back.
Have some money to throw away and just sit on it. Let
6
it
to
sit.
12 months.
Let it work itself.
Let
let
it
it
hit
work.
whatever targets you guys set or whatever, and then cash out at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say, okay, so for these people getting on these coins or researching them, they definitely should research like everything, like the technology that's supporting the coin, like what you said about how, like if they're not making deadlines of things they're releasing,
Right. And
that could be the cause of it.
if they want to
dumping.
take this serious, right? Like if they want to do this long term,
Yeah.
they definitely need to know that information, right? You wouldn't invest in Apple not knowing what Apple produces. You wouldn't invest in Nike if you knew that they had faulty shoes. Right? Because the company's going to go down.
Correct.
Crypto's no different. You need a company who has a good management team, who has a good plan, and their technology is doing what they think it's going to do or what they're saying it's going to do.
Okay.
So yeah, they definitely need to research that. You know, honestly, bro, right now, moving into 2021, they could throw a dart in the dark and they're going to hit a coin.
They're gonna hit
that's
something.
going to make money.
Right.
You know, like
Just gotta wait on it.
realistically, you buying right now, you're going to double your money by the end of the year. Worst case. No, I can't guarantee that, but bro, I'm willing to put my money on that's what's going to happen. You buy today, you're going to double up by the end of the year. Worst case.
Yeah.
Right.
What would you say about, like, because you know how we're a little older, so I think the younger people, like, they're probably
A little more hip to it.
Yeah, older people,
We don't like-
they're scared to put money. What would you what would you tell
Niggas
them?
won't even front a sack
You
no
know, they're
more.
like, shit, I don't know about putting $1 towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they
Scared
get
money don't make
how do they
money,
break
right?
Exactly,
themselves?
bro. I mean, like, scared money don't make money. And at the end of the day, all investing is a risk.
Right.
You know, your 401k, it can crash. Your IRA, it can crash. I mean, real estate, it can crash. Look what happened in 2008. You know, the bubble popped and everybody was screwed.
Everyone got
I mean,
fucked.
houses were sometimes 50, 60% less than what they were the year prior.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, every investment comes with risk. You can't make money without risking money. In investing, the more risk, in theory, the more return.
Right.
Right? So crypto being in its infancy stage, at least in 2017, it definitely was, right? Now it's getting more mainstream. You got Elon Musk talking about it. You've got MicroStrategies investing billions of dollars. I mean, Tesla just got $1.5 billion in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Didn't they just lose some money though?
well,
But their loss
It's
isn't
not
our
that-
loss.
and it's not that they truly lost money, you know, because you don't lose money until you sell, which is a great point. If it dips, you don't want to sell. You know it's going to bounce back up, and you hold it, then you make your money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you only lose when you sell. So Tesla may be down from their 100 and whatever billion they just made off of whatever. I don't know what the numbers are, but they made crazy money, bro. They made more in Bitcoin in a month than they did selling cars. You know what I mean? All
That's
year long.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
it's not that they've lost it because they haven't sold. It's still sitting there. And we're just in a dip. You know, in 2017, we had like 7. Let me look. I got a picture right here. We had like 7 dips of 30% to 40% or more. I just sent it to somebody today. Let me look and count these out. So we had a 38%, 38%, 33%, 38%, 36%, 30%. And all in all, bro, we went from $900 to $20,000. So along that ride up,
how many people sold their shit because they was scared as hell?
7 dips of 30% or more. Like, we didn't even get 30% on this dip that people are saying, oh, Tesla lost. It's not even 30%. And
they went through 7 of them in 2017.
And watch, by this weekend or next, we'll be back up above $50,000, $60,000 on Bitcoin.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So be patient is what he's saying.
Yeah, be patient.
Don't be scared.
You know, they say strong hands make money. Right. You know, hold it. Don't be afraid. Don't dump it. Don't sell it because you're down, because then you truly do lose money.
Yeah.
Once you're down and you sell it, you can't write it back up.
Yeah.
But if you let it go down and go back up, you're good.
Yeah.
And up until this week, every single person who had ever bought Bitcoin up until this week was in profit. It didn't matter when you bought. It didn't matter what you paid for it.
Damn.
Every single person in the history of Bitcoin up until this week
was in the green. That's crazy.
What other investment can you say that about?
None.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just be patient, hold it, and sell once you hit your targets.
So with Bitcoin, you said it's at what, 50 grand?
It's about 47 today, but it was at 60 last week.
Now, do they offer like where you can buy pieces of the share?
Yep.
Like for some people might not have 50 grand to throw.
Right, and a lot of people stray away from Bitcoin because they're scared because they don't have 50,000.
Right.
You can buy a portion of a Bitcoin. Like if you have, let's just say all you have is $100.
Yeah.
You can put that $100 in Bitcoin, and they'll take it and divide 50 or $100 by 50,000. And whatever that percentage comes out, that'd be your share.
Okay. Would you suggest that for people?
Yeah.
Or would you stay away from buying pieces of shares?
Obviously, whatever they feel comfortable in. So the thing about Bitcoin is it was the first. It's the most well-known. It's probably the safest crypto to invest in.
Okay.
But like I said earlier, more risk, more return.
Right.
So Bitcoin's already 50, 60,000. So for it to double, it's got to go 50, 60,000 up to 100 to 120,000.
Right.
Where you got other coins that are in the pennies right now. For that to double, all you need is a couple pennies.
Right.
Right. So the amount of money it's going to take to double a $50,000 asset versus a penny asset is a huge difference.
Gotcha.
So this penny one may be riskier, but you're going to get a lot more value out of it.
Right.
So it really depends on their strategy. Me, I'm more risk, more reward all day long.
Okay.
Now, my parents, on the other hand, total opposite.
Right.
You know, they rather stay with something that's safe, even if they're not going to make the same amount of money.
Right.
And it's just, you got to do what your personality tells you to do, what your budget allows for you to do.
Okay.
And go that route, you know. And what I would say for people who are just starting out is to do what they call dollar cost averaging. Okay. All that basically means is you're going to say every single Friday or every other Friday when I get paid, I'm going to buy $50 of Bitcoin or $50 of Cardano, whatever your coin of choice is. It doesn't matter what the price is. It doesn't matter if the market's up or down. Every Friday, you're going to buy $50. For new investors, that's the best way to get the best return because you're playing off the market fluctuations. So if the market's up, you're buying less, but then the market dips. Now you're getting even more. And you're not trying to time the market. Just every Friday you go through. And it's proven that that program or that strategy is the most profitable for people who don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Right? And that's why your 401k does good too, because it's dollar cost averaging every paycheck.
Every 2 weeks.
You know what I mean? That's how they do it there too.
So I was watching something. Well, I wasn't watching. What happened is I fell asleep with YouTube on, and it just it's playing.
It was watching you.
Yeah. So I wake up in the middle of this dude going off at his bank because he went to withdraw $200,000 out of his bank, right? And he knows he had it in there, and they said we have no problem giving it to you. but you gotta give us like a 2-day notice.
Yeah.
And he was like,
It's my money.
It's my money, right?
Yeah.
And then he started going into why and how banks invest your money. And so that's why it takes 2 days. It's just like, okay, we're investing your money, so we can make money off of your money, but it's still your money. Yeah. So it's like I never even heard of that shit. Like all the the investment world. That's when I realized I was lost. And I was like, man, like Bitcoin, I have a couple friends try to put me on Bitcoin, but they're still learning too. Mm-hmm. So I didn't feel comfortable with them. And then I didn't know how many fucking coins there were. Like I thought it was just Bitcoin and the one with the dog.
It's like over 900 coins, dude. It's crazy.
That's insane.
What let's ask this. What coins are you currently in your personal preference expecting on doing well from the research you've been doing?
My biggest holding and the one that I would recommend everybody take a look at, do your own research, is Cardano. Cardano, and its ticker or stock symbol or whatever you want to call it is ADA. You can find that on CoinMarketCap and do your own research on there. But they have a great team. They've got great projects coming up. And, I've been telling people around me to buy Cardano since last year.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you this. Cardano last year was 2 cents. All right. Okay. At a low of 2 cents in March. Cardano last week, $1.20. That's 60 times in under a year. We're not even to March yet. So it's not even a full calendar year, and it's up 60 times.
60x.
And right now,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Imagine, bro.
60x.
That's 10. If you put 10 grand into it, you're sitting
600,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over $500,000.
I don't mean put 10 cents in because they 2 cents a share or whatever. Put some bread in there, man.
For sure. And the thing I like about Cardano, man, is another one of the coins that we had talked about earlier was Ethereum. Okay?
Right.
Ethereum was founded by a couple different guys. One of the co-founders was Charles. Okay, he's the creator of Cardano. And so he's already got a proven track record. He knows what he's doing. And what he's basically doing is creating, in his opinion, an Ethereum killer. So he's like, okay, well, I'm going to separate from you. I know what you're doing wrong. I know what you don't want to change. And I'm going to do it my way and make a better product. And so far, he has been, where Ethereum, if you're trying to do some transactions, there can be crazy fees up to a couple $100 to do a transaction. Yeah. Where on that same transaction, dollar value, Cardano, you're looking at pennies.
Oh, wow.
And it's doing the same transaction. It's fractions of the cost.
Wow.
And that's what he's trying to do. He's also working right now with the country of Africa. He's got the continent of Africa with a couple different countries. And he's going to be working their financial system. He's going to be tracking all of their degrees, like college degrees, to verify that they're legit, like on the blockchain, like I was telling you earlier.
It's crazy.
Just a lot of really cool projects coming up, man. One of the reasons Ethereum got so big is because people could build on the Ethereum platform and build what they call dApps, which are decentralized apps. Basically, all the apps we have on our phone, they're building them on Ethereum. But so that shot Ethereum up crazy from the $24 I was telling you to now 2,400. Now Cardano is going to be doing the same thing as of next month. They're releasing the technology bridge on their Cardano coin to do exactly the same thing. And like I said, at a fraction of the cost. Okay. So if the community sees that this is truly working and all of these dApps come from this expensive platform to Cardano, bro, I mean, we're talking stupid money, Right. And right now, like I said, it's $1 right now. Even if we get to $10-$20, that's a 10 or 20x in not that long a time. Damn. So I would definitely look at that one. You can buy it on Bittrex. You can buy it on Voyager. You cannot buy it on Coinbase. It's not on there yet, which is another reason that I'm big on Cardano. Is there's rumor going around that Cardano will be released on Coinbase. Every time a coin gets released on Coinbase, it does
It
anywhere
blows.
from
Shoots up.
oh, bro, some of them 1,000% in days.
Damn.
You know, it's crazy.
That's like getting your video on World Star or
right.
something.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, for real.
coins, yeah.
And just
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because they have a huge market, right? And it's easy to use, and people have already been around using it.
Right.
So now they're like, oh, there's a new
familiar
coin,
with it.
and it's cheap.
Right.
You know, you get a coin on there for $1 when Bitcoin's 50,000.
Yeah.
Where do you think most people are going to buy? Oh, I can't afford a Bitcoin, and they
Right.
think they got to buy a whole one. So like, oh, I'll buy a bunch of these dollar ones. That
Yeah.
causes the price to go up, and then everybody wins.
Nice.
Dope.
So have you always been financially savvy? Like, did you get it from your parents, or you kind of just got into it on your own? As far as investments and how to keep money coming in.
So, my dad he does really well for himself, man. He's an engineer by trade. He builds all the satellites for the spaceships and all that other crazy stuff. Like he does really well, but he's very frugal and won't spend. And just until recently, he never really invested either. He was like, oh, I got to save, because that's what his parents taught him.
Right.
You know, and I wasn't the best teenager, and I got kicked out when I was super young. Like I wasn't even out of high school yet. So I was on my own, and I had to learn, you know, and so I started reading books, you know, and learning on my own what these successful business people were doing, because I had no choice but to be successful.
Right.
You know, it was on my own, sink or swim. So, you know, I went through college and took some classes in college and got my degree in business, did the whole corporate America thing for a while, and I learned some there too.
So it wasn't a waste.
No, it really wasn't, man. And I wouldn't have like I said, dude, everything happens for a reason. And I wouldn't have had the capital to even start any of my other businesses had I not gone to college, right? Like, I'm not big on college. I think it's kind of a waste of money, especially in today's market where you can learn everything on YouTube or Google or whatever for free. But for me, it helped because at that point in my life, I needed a degree to get the job to pay to start all my other side
So it was
projects.
a necessary stepping stone for you. Okay.
So, you know, most of the stuff I would say I just learned on my own, and especially like the business stuff. And I really think like investing, entrepreneurship, all that, a lot of it, you're just born with it. You know what I mean? Dude, I started businesses in 3rd grade. You know what I mean? Like selling Chinese stars from my karate school to kids on the playground, you know, and I was making 500% markup on my Chinese stars, you know, and
Hey, that shit is hereditary too, because his son does that shit.
I was about to say, so
His son hustles
I was
just
going to
like
ask you
you.
about your son because I actually had the pleasure of meeting your son before our first episode. We was over there doing like a giveaway or something.
Yeah.
And T was trying to make this spin.
Dude,
wheel.
I was on it for 12 hours.
12 hours later, it sucks, right?
yeah.
And your son was like, oh, no, you could just, well, how long it take him? Like 3
1
minutes?
minute, like probably
Oh, the
1
one he did
minute.
on-
I was
online,
so
right?
pissed
Yeah.
off. I literally was all
And not only
fucking day
that,
doing that.
it was so much better than T.
Yeah, but this dude is doing the
Will.
same thing. He be one of hustling, spinning
Oh, bro,
tops. and
remember fidget spinners?
Yeah.
So he came to me and he's like, Dad, nobody can get these at school. I need to order them so that I can sell them at school. I'll make a killing. And I'm like, where are you going to get them? If you can get them, everybody else can get them. It's not a good business idea. No, trust me. I can do this. I can do that. So I gave him the money for it. Long story short, in 2 weeks, this kid in, man, I want to say 4th grade, made like $380 in 2 weeks.
Damn.
And
Oh, some fidgets.
yeah, off some fidget spinners, bro, and proved me
Hey.
wrong. Like
Yeah.
he told me, no, you don't know what you're talking about, Dad. I know this. I got this. I'm doing this, and he did it. So,
did
you know,
That shit's
yeah,
hereditary.
for
then.
sure, bro. It is, and I
Well,
think everybody's
what's
kind of
up.
built like that, and you can learn it. But I think some people it just comes
Just
easier
got it
to,
in 'em.
you know.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
For sure.
With that being said, I kind of wanted to go into that because I know how you're teaching Micah and Kira about crypto. They already have, like, they're invested. They have crypto.
Okay.
Like, they're
That was
making
gonna be my
money
next
off
question.
of crypto.
Okay.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts on inserting this type of class in the high school curriculum?
Man, I think
That's a good
financial
question, too.
literacy needs to be taught for sure. You know what I mean? And the whole school system, like if there's a book on it that one of my buddies was telling me about, and it breaks it down how the whole school system was built to create good employees, right?
Yes.
Like you have this time to do this. Then you have to eat at this point. Then you have to do, like, everything is based off of, you know, working on a schedule. you know, and that the whole school system back in the day was to create good employees. Right. So they're built to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of financial stuff, they don't teach it because higher ups in the world don't want you to learn. Because if you're better off, then why are you going to work at McDonald's for $7 an hour?
Right.
Nobody's going to do that.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you have no choice because you don't know any better, because you don't know how to invest, you don't know how to save, you don't know about tax write-offs, this or that, then you have no choice but to, for lack of a better word, to be a slave to the system.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and there's a book that's wrote about that?
Yeah. I'll have to ask. My buddy JJ was telling me about it, man. And
if any one of y'all know that book, drop it in the comments though too.
For sure.
You know. So.
And it talks, it's phenomenal, man. And even talks about how college is set to make employees. It's all about creating the employee.
We'll look that up. I'll get that from you. We'll put that in the description as well.
Cool.
I mean, I always felt like there should be a financial literacy class for these kids that go from college to the league that fuck their money up, like all the basketball players, football players.
Nigga, that's jewelry. That ain't got shit to do with no finance.
No, like bad investments. You be watching that 30 for 30 broke.
Yeah.
Like they make bad investments too, and it's just based off the fact that they didn't know what the fuck to do.
They buying goddamn 20 Lambos. You can only drive one or two.
It's both of them, but that financial literacy would solve both of those, right? It would say, okay, here's what you need to look for in an investment before you put your money in it. Yeah. You don't just invest because your buddy says, oh, we can make $10 million.
Right.
If there's no true path on how to get there, that's a waste of money. And you're basically burning it. Go throw it on black at the casino at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least you have a chance.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely think schools should do it. Will they? I highly doubt it.
That's what you talked to me about the other day. Sorry to interrupt you. Explain to them what you're telling me the other day about you just being patient. You said invest it, and then you spend from the
dividends. Yeah.
So you know
what we were talking about is, you know, the difference between people that stay broke their whole life, whether they're rich or not, they're never truly wealthy, because the wealthy people will get money, they'll buy an asset that then produces cash, then they'll use this cash from the asset to go buy whatever they want to buy.
Oh, okay.
They're never touching their initial principal.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about and how we got on that subject is now crypto places like BlockFi or Voyager, the app that I was telling you about, will actually pay you dividends on your crypto. So they're working like the bank you talked about. So the way the banks work is every dollar you put in, they can loan out $10. Right. So they're making $10, or they're taking $10 of every dollar you put. They're making probably 25% of that, paying you back 0.2%. And that's how they're making their money. So now what these crypto places are doing is saying, well, why can't we be a crypto bank? So they're saying, if you stake your money for 12 months, we'll pay you this percentage. So like Bitcoin, they'll pay 5.6% a year interest on your Bitcoin that you put in there.
Okay.
And it's getting paid in Bitcoin. So if that means if Bitcoin goes to 100,000 or 500,000 or whatever, they're still paying you 5% of that Bitcoin, not like dollar amount. Right. So it just exponentially grows, you know.
Okay.
And then if you don't want any fluctuation, they also do USDT staking, which is cryptocurrency that's pegged to the dollar. So it's basically a dollar, but it's a crypto, so you can trade it quicker and easier.
Right.
And if you put your money in there, they'll pay 8.6% a year.
Damn.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
You know. So and then you have no fluctuation. You have no way you're going to lose. So if you're moving forward on this whole crypto ride, take your money out of the bank, buy USDT or USDC, put it in Voyager, and make 8.6% a year. You can still spend it anytime you want.
Right.
You know, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, definitely, man. All the viewers out here, you know, if you have a toy you want to buy, then buy an asset that's going to produce enough money to pay for that toy. And now you've got an asset and you've got your toy.
And your asset is still making money.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever thought about teaching a class? Because, you know, there's a lot of groups out there like that's teaching about cryptocurrency and stuff like that. I don't know how many there is, but I know there's a couple. Like,
yeah. No, there's a lot of paid groups out there, man. Some of them are good. Some of them aren't. I've never done it. I've always just helped friends out for free. You know what I mean? Because I'm too busy doing a bunch of other things that I don't want to dictate I have to put this much time towards something else, you know.
Okay.
And the amount of money, unless I got thousands of people in my group, which I would have to build up to, and that's going to take marketing, that's going to take time.
Right.
I don't have the time for that. And unless I have thousands of people that are paying me every month, it's not worth my time compared to what else I could do with my time.
Right.
You know, so no, I have never done that.
Okay.
But I do help people out all the time for free, man.
Yeah, he does.
For sure.
Me every day.
T ain't helped me out one time.
I got free access, y'all. Don't get jealous. Don't get jealous. I know. All right. Hey, I want to ask a couple of questions off of my Facebook viewers. You know, this boy don't got Facebook. He need to stay out of my world. That's my house. You know what I'm saying? So we got a couple. And then my homeboy Micah. What's up, Micah Floyd? We're going to ask him this question. I thought he was being funny. I was really finna cuss him out on my Facebook. But who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
Man.
Am I supposed to say it with that accent?
Yeah.
No,
say
sure
whatever accent you want.
All right. Who is that, Nick?
Nobody knows, really, bro. You know, like your buddy said, man, some people think it's Elon Musk. Some people think it's Craig Wright. I'll tell you, it's definitely not Craig Wright. He's an idiot. He's a fraud. He's some dude who in court has already been proven that he's not Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't know, bro. He's just a clown. Yeah. He basically some dude.
Is there people trying to take credit for being him?
Yeah. So
okay,
it's his pseudonym for it's a made up name for some dude who created Bitcoin, who wrote the actual code for Bitcoin.
Okay.
Nobody knows who it is. He's never come out. You know, it's just.
If it is Elon Musk, that dude is well, he's already a genius. Bro, but that's even not.
What I tell you about his superpowers that one episode? I wanted his superpowers.
That would be fucking crazy if that was him. He's just dipping into every fucking thing.
Now it's coming out and now he's pushing it and doing what it needs to increase it even more. Then our view on him being the richest man just because of his Tesla stock is baby, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if he truly is Satoshi, the amount of Bitcoin he's holding plus what he just bought for Tesla,
plus what he's doing for space,
right, dude? I mean, that's unimaginable money that he would have.
That's crazy.
But nobody really knows who it is. It's long story short, creator of Bitcoin. It's a mystery. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say on that one.
Damn.
But I will say I highly doubt it's Craig Wright.
He probably don't want his taxes fucked up. That's why he ain't saying who he is.
Right.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Well, as of right now, as long as he hasn't sold any, there's no taxation. So you're only getting taxed when you sell and convert it into US dollars.
See, I think when you had the situation where you hit up to $1 million and then stuff, I would have sold, man.
Bro.
I would have just took that tax hit. Like, I ain't never had this much money.
Yeah, but
fuck that. I would have to sell. But no, I see where you was thinking too. Like, man, if it hit like this already in 7 months,
right? And you know,
it's finna really cash,
right? And I thought it was going to $1. I really did. You know, up until that point, that development team had been killing it, man.
Just on it.
And they had just done some partnerships. They had released like some crazy hype. They have a phenomenal marketing team. So they put out to crypto that they were doing the biggest cryptocurrency partnership in the history of cryptocurrency. And everybody was pushing it. They wouldn't say what it was. They were just pushing. And I'm like, are they getting with Amazon? Are they getting, with PayPal? Are they getting with eBay? Like thinking all these big names. Who do you think it was?
Probably a social media website.
Who do you think it was?
Wait, how long ago was this again?
This was in 2017.
I'll say like Facebook or something. Probably trying to get with like
Facebook. Facebook was one of the rumors. It was freaking Pornhub, bro. That was it. Made some money. The biggest partnership ever.
Yeah, I guess.
And they come out and it's Pornhub. And I guess they made a lot of money.
That's big though.
They had like the porn stars like promoting it and had all kinds of Lambos and everything with Verge wrapped on them, and it was pretty crazy. But to me, it was a flop. And after that came out, a lot of people dumped in too because it wasn't as big as they were expecting it to be.
I was gonna say, you think they was working on something else and just spoke too soon? And maybe they backed out and they scrambled and ended up with Pornhub?
I don't think so, only because of everything that they laid out for it. And it had to have been that one based off all the details that were involved at that point. So.
Okay. Let me see. Q, what up, Q? He had a question for you. He said, ask you your opinion about crypto not fully taking off until merchants start accepting it, which we kind of touched on that. But
Yeah.
you want to touch
again,
back
I
on
think
that
we're
just one more
still
time?
early. You know, if all of us should remember the bell curve from middle school, high school, whatever. You know, your early adopters, your middle ground, and then your late adopters or your laggard, whatever. Bro, we're still rising up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At this point, too many people are afraid of it. Too many people are unsure what it is. Too many people think it's going to go away tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we're still super early. And like he said, there's not a lot of merchants that are accepting it right now. You know, and it's because they don't know how to set that process up, where it's as simple as creating a Coinbase account and giving people your QR code. That's all I got to do. I come up to you, I scan your QR code, it sends you money. It's that simple, but they don't know that, so they don't know how to set it up. The other issue right now is it's so volatile that I can go buy a coffee today with Litecoin, and I'm giving you, let's see, Litecoin's like $200. Like, let's just call it 1/10 of a Litecoin this morning, and then I go buy a coffee tonight, and it's dipped, and now I got to give you 3/10.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Gotcha. Yeah.
so it's too volatile right now to use, in my opinion, as purchasing.
That's purchasing. Okay. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, that does make sense. Like, I was under the impression that the whole Bitcoin and stuff, like how it was explained to me the very first time, was they want pretty much the whole world to be under one,
to run off of it,
to run
one
off
common
of it.
currency.
Which when it, is that true? Or,
you know, I don't know where it's going to go or what it's going to do. I don't see how that's even possible unless it stops being so volatile.
I've seen it being possible, but my concerns was like, then the US dollar isn't going to be as much in some places as others. Like, so I don't think we would win in the US. Like, when you think how many pesos is a dollar? Like, I don't know, you get like 7 pesos for $1 or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we have that right now, and that's the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. I mean, when you look at what a dollar bought you even 10 years ago, compared to what a dollar buys you today, bro, that's part of the reason why crypto's been going up insane this year is our dollar tanked. You know, when the government printed all of this money for all this garbage-ass stimulus crap, bro, we dumped like 10% on the value of the dollar just from print. I mean, 20% of the US dollar total in circulation was printed this year or last year, whatever. Damn. I mean, dude, that's huge percentage. You know what I mean? That new supply into the market just killed us, you know, and as we print more, I mean, we have another 1.9 trillion that's about to get printed and pushed out. It's just going to devalue it more. And I guarantee you, as soon as that prints and those stimulus checks go out, watch what happens to Bitcoin, watch what happens to Cardano. They're going to go up even more, bro. Yep. For sure.
Damn, okay.
Hell yeah.
I need to get in my shit then.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Even stocks. That's why a lot of the stocks are at all-time highs too, because what is the stock pegged to or traded against? The US dollar. Right? Yep. Yeah. So their dollar value is going sky high because the dollar itself is going down.
Yeah, down.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you feel playing the stock market versus jumping in on cryptocurrency? Because a lot of people, I think the more old school people are more on, you know, how they are IRAs, bonds, stuff. What do you think the difference is as far as
at its core, there's really no difference, bro. I mean, like I said, these are kind of, you can look at them as stocks for digital currency companies, right?
Okay.
That's these coins represent a portion of the company and what they're doing, and they go up and down based off of value or projects that work or don't work. So in that aspect, I don't think there's really any difference. I do think there is a lot more volatility for the most part in cryptocurrency than there is in stocks. So a lot of people who are risk adverse are going to go to stocks versus crypto.
Okay.
But, you know, mutual funds are happy if they're giving you 6 to 7% a year.
Yeah.
You know, bro, I'll pull this up right now. Even today, there's coins that are up 20-30% a day.
That's a killer.
You know what I mean?
If you have a little bit of money in there, that's a killing.
Right.
Yeah, that's killing 30% up.
You know, it's just
shit.
It's a totally different market in the fact that it is volatile. It is new. But at its core, there's no different.
Yeah.
You see a company, you believe in it, you buy into it, and you hope that they do right and you go up in value, you know?
Yes,
so
sir.
that's the same. One of the other things that you brought up was an IRA. Now you can do self-directed IRAs, and you can actually invest in Bitcoin through your IRA and get it taxed like your IRA. So IRAs aren't taxed, right? So you can do some tax-free stuff through your IRAs, look them up, talk to people, whatever. But you can do a self-directed IRA and take that money for your retirement and invest it in Bitcoin. And dude, you can kill it that way.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You can't sell it because you'll get taxed ridiculous.
Right.
And if you're before 65 and you cash it out, there's penalties and a lot of other things. But if you're looking at this like, I don't want this money, I want my kids or my grandkids to have this money, look into a self-directed IRA that can invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
And that's probably beneficial for people who started saving late too, right? Like
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Because I know like a lot of people who was in their 30s and they still didn't have like a 401k or anything. I'm like, bro, you gotta start something.
Yeah, I'll be losing my jobs too quick.
You're never vested. You're never vested on
Can't even set that shit
I
up.
think I got like $249 in Merrill. What is it, Merrill something?
Merrill Lynch.
I don't even know how to take that shit out. I'll take that shit out right now. Hell yeah. Well, shit. I think we touched on a lot about crypto. I kind of want to get into a little more about you, about your background. I kind of want to talk about the dogs a little bit.
Okay.
Tell them about your other business.
One thing I wanted to say about crypto for all of you guys out there is you need to plan accordingly for your taxes, right? So all these people that jumped into Dogecoin a couple weeks ago thought they were badasses because they made $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. They're not anticipating owing Uncle Sam 40% of that money.
The 40%.
He's getting
You know what
his bread.
I mean? Right. Well, yeah. Technically, he should be.
Yeah.
And you need to plan for that. And now they're cracking down heavy on all this cryptocurrency investment. They saw how much money's out there. They saw how much little money they were getting every year in taxes. And they actually sued Coinbase to turn over all of their customer information and won in the Supreme Court. Coinbase told them, no, I'm not doing this. This is private. This is personal.
Yeah.
Go another route. Supreme Court said, nope, give it to them. And anybody who traded over $20,000 in Coinbase got all their information turned over to the IRS, and they all received letters. And now they're getting hit with penalties and a lot of other stuff, man. So if you guys are investing in crypto and you are making money, pay your taxes on it when you cash out. And again, under a year, it's 40% short-term capital gains tax. Over a year, it drops down to 15 to 25, depending on your tax bracket.
What advice would you give them? Like, say they hit big right there, and they're still less than that year. Do you branch that out in other coins?
No, because that's a taxable event as well.
So what do you do?
That, I mean, at the end of the day, that comes down to the person and what they want to do, and you got to work it out mathematically. Okay, I got $100,000 right now. I'm under a year, so that means I'm going to owe $40,000. So I'm going to walk with 60. But if I wait and it goes up even more, then when I cash out, I'm only paying this and now I'm left with this. Or
15%
if I cash out now because I think it's going to go down, like back to our example, we're at 60,000 because we paid 40,000 in tax. But if you think Bitcoin's going down to 20, 30,000, now you're going to be left with 20 or 30,000. You know, so you have to work out that math and just take the least risky option in your.
But you can't so that's kind of scary. Wouldn't you say to leave it there?
I know what you're
Then
trying to say.
there's no right answer.
That's kind of scary
What
to
he's
leave
trying
it
to
there a
say
year.
is,
Then what if the shit
can
goes
you pull
on?
it out and leave it in a like
the side?
No.
like in a no.
So as soon as you sell any crypto, let's say you buy Bitcoin, the day you sell that Bitcoin, even if you sell it for another crypto, like you trade your Bitcoin for Ethereum, technically that's a taxable event. So you pay your capital gains tax on whatever you bought your Bitcoin for, and then whatever it ran up to, and then you subtract it to find out what your gain was.
Okay.
And you pay your capital gains on that gain itself.
Damn, so it's not like a brokerage account to the side.
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah,
That's rough. But still, walking away with 30,000 more than I would have had. Like, I mean, when you're not making that type of money, it doesn't seem that bad. But then,
man, I'm getting that 40%. I'm just going to have to throw that 40%. I need my ducats.
Hey,
So-
Uncle Sam going to have to catch this fade for my 40.
Right. And one other thing before we get off crypto,
Yeah,
man,
no, you
all
good.
you guys,
You can talk.
if you are getting into crypto, you need to set your targets for selling or your goals, right? So say, all right, I got 10 grand I'm going to put in. I want to turn this 10 grand into 20 grand and I'm going to buy these coins. You need to work out what it's going to take for you to get that 10 grand turned into 20 grand. So I need this much growth. Obviously it's 100% just for easy math.
Yeah.
And once you hit that, you need to do whatever you said it was. Whether it was I'm cashing out 100% or I'm going to transfer it over to their coin or whatever it was, man. Don't get caught up in the FOMO of, oh, it's going to keep going.
Keep going up.
Yeah.
Because once your emotions are involved, bro, trading gets way harder. Like today,
It's a relationship.
dude, I'm so much more successful today than I was 4 years ago because I got my emotions in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when today, some of the coins dumped 30-40% today, right? And I'm not tripping. Back in 2017, dude, I would have been scared as hell.
Sleep, huh?
But now I understand what's happening. I get the cycles. I made a plan, and until I hit those, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and when your emotions are out of it, you can write down on a piece of paper, okay, when Litecoin goes to $500, I'm going to sell.
Yeah.
And you know on your board, okay, I'm selling at 500. And when he gets there, you know, when you're not drunk, you make good choices, right?
Yeah,
You write things down and remind things that you got to do when you're, it's the same type of thing, bro. You're going to be drunk on emotion and you don't want to be making stupid decisions at that point. So you make it while you're sober and write it down so you know what you're going to do once you get to that point. So that would be my biggest thing is do your research, make a plan, and stick to it.
Y'all heard it.
I heard it.
Hell yeah. FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about.
That was definitely what I neted to hear today. I was the first one here today, by the way.
Yeah.
Like 10, 15 minutes early.
That never happens.
It was like 4 minutes.
It don't matter. To me, it was 10, 15 minutes.
That's the nigga that's going to buy 12 Lambos and a lot of jewelry.
I'm going to buy the yacht and still live in the apartment.
Hey, let's talk about a couple of other businesses you currently are the head of, and so they could just see how you've been getting assets as well to use that.
For sure.
So it really shows you're not just talking about it.
Yep.
You actually go ahead and let them know other things that you.
One of my main businesses, and everybody knows me, you know, my Instagram is Sideswipe Nick. It's Sideswipe Kennels, right? So it's an American bully, American exotic kennel. I've been doing it for about 16 years. And honestly, I owe everything I am today to that, man. All the money I had to invest came from that. All the places I've been, you know, I've been to China, I've been to Vietnam, I've been to Trinidad, Tobago. I get to go to all these places and judge these dogs. I get to sell dogs to all these cool places. Yep. All of this was my very first, like, legitimate side hustle.
And how'd you get into that?
Man, honestly, bro, I was looking for a pet. You know, when I was little, everybody wanted a blue pit bull, right? Like, the coolest kids had blue pit bulls. Yeah. But my parents wouldn't buy me one because they were like $500.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's way too much for a dog. So as soon as I was old enough and had my own spot, I was like, I'm going to buy a blue pit. So I Googled blue pit bulls, and all these Gotti line dogs back in the day were popping up. And they were like $2,000. I'm like, these guys are stupid. Nobody's $2,000 for a pit bull? Are you serious? Yeah. And I kept looking everywhere. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. I'm like, that must be the true market value of these dogs.
Right.
And I'm like, these dudes can breed these dogs. Why can't I just buy them and I'll sell my own $2,000 puppies? Right. And that's how it started, bro. And then from then I built and built and built. And, you know, I was on the cover of Gotti Line magazine. I've been in 2 other magazines. One of my dogs was on the cover of Atomic Dog magazine.
Okay.
Or at the time I didn't own him, but I did own him and I sold him and then he was on the cover. And it just turned, and then I became a judge for the USBR. And that's what got me into China and Vietnam and overseas, man. And
that's crazy.
That's how it literally started because I wanted a pet, and then I saw an opportunity and jumped on it.
So with you breeding, I know sometimes when T used to fiddle around with dogs and stuff like.
Oh, I was just fiddling around.
I don't know. You don't tell me nothing.
Hey, you just know this. He had a blue pit. I had one. The cool kids have one. What did you have?
I'm scared of dogs, bro.
Oh man,
this nigga here.
I don't know what to tell you. But so some people only have the female, and then some people have the male.
yeah.
Which one's worth more? Like
The female.
you figure
Man.
the female, right? Because
Not necessarily. If again, it comes back to how good of a product do you have? How good are you at marketing?
okay.
You know, I would say probably one of the biggest people in the group or in the bully world right now is interstate bullies. I mean, they're
interstate. Okay.
they're making ridiculous money, like
Okay.
$1 million money, and all they have is males. They just have all these males, and that, I mean, they have one or two females here and there, but they charge $5 to $10 to breed to their dog. Every single time that dog busts a nut, he's getting $5 to $10.
That's crazy.
And they've got, depending on the time, anywhere from 3 to 6 males. You know what I mean?
I'm out here busting.
And
for
they're
free.
good. They're great. They're great at marketing,
Some
man.
bullshit.
So a lot of people use their stuff.
Damn.
For sure.
So when they sell the sperm, because that's what they're doing. They're not fucking them. They're not fucking.
No,
them.
man,
They're-
it's all
'cause
artificial.
dangerous or whatever.
So you collect,
Yeah.
you ship it off.
So after you ship it off, say that batch don't get the dog pregnant.
you get a repeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You do get a repeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every breeder's different. Some people say 1 puppy is a litter. Some people say 3 puppies is a litter.
Okay.
Some people let you repeat the breeding only once. Some are like, no, until you have 3 puppies, you get to try again. It just depends
wow.
who you're
Okay.
dealing with. So I always make sure that I get in writing what they
It
consider
seems like
litter.
a lot of trust has got to be.
Well,
put out
Nick's
there.
a real reputable
No, man,
breeder, so
I
he's
I
good.
started getting contracts on everything because I've been
Yeah.
screwed way too many times.
Okay.
For sure.
Damn. So
So-
besides dogs, what else you into?
So believe it or not, nail salons, bro.
I seen that
Yeah,
on your
on my
your
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
It's in New Mexico.
Yeah, in New Mexico.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was actually one of my dog partners. He and I met years ago, and he started buying dogs from me, and he was always paying cash, bro. And then we kind of lost touch for a little while, and then came back together, and he bought another dog. And so I went in, talked to him at the shop. He was doing my wife's nails, and we were watching all of these people just come in and come out, come in and come out. Girls paying $150 and smiling about it.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
I'm like, bro, what did that cost you to do? And at the time, he was like, I don't know, maybe $10. And they paid $150
That's
for
killer.
it, you know? So I asked him,
That's
I was like,
killer.
hey, you think your boss would sell this spot? Because his boss didn't even live where we were. He lived in Chicago. And he's like, well, I can ask him. And so one thing led to another, man. We ended up getting that nail salon and changed the name, changed the look. We ended up blowing past the other numbers from the previous owner by 200% in the first year. And just, again, took all that money and invested it.
Invested it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, man, that's my main little hustles, and then the cryptocurrency investments, and
Okay.
go from there. This year, I'm getting into some real estate development stuff with another buddy of mine from Albuquerque.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing some real estate development, some new builds, and then also purchasing some rental properties and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
you know, I've done really well in cryptocurrency, and based off of what I've seen the market cycles do, we've probably got another 6 to 18 months of this bull market, meaning we're going up.
Uh-huh.
And then at that point, I got to diversify, make money
Right.
elsewhere, then take that money and roll it back in once we come down, and then repeat the,
Process.
rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
what I'll be doing.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Hell yeah.
So
Oh shit!
Anything else?
I was happy about today's interview. That's why I was early. I was like, shit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn something.
He was on time, y'all. Good shit.
No, I
What do you think? You have anything else you want to just say, or? Because I mean, honestly, I've been thinking. I'm like, we probably should get you back, depending on how the
I was
market's
gonna
going.
say- I
Because
was
I
gonna
know this
say,
is going
let
to
me-
be educational for our
I was
our
gonna say we
listeners
got to
and
get him
viewers.
back
That's what I'm saying.
for sure.
for sure.
Because
I
I want
think
to
we
I want to
definitely-
throw some money off in here real quick and give us
And
some
come back and
months.
see what- yeah.
yeah. Like at least to where I will have more questions. At
Yeah,
that
yeah,
point.
yeah, hell
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, so
I think we literally you answered every question on that I answered.
There's gonna be comments. There's gonna be comments that
Somebody had posted. I think it was Clifton had posted something about cashing out or.
Yeah, I thought you had hit that. That's the only reason I didn't
he
ask.
said you guys had talked
Let me tell
offline.
you.
What were his specific questions?
What was it? It was about that, like knowing when to get out.
Oh,
like
when to get out.
Literally.
Oh, somebody else said that too. Like when to get in, when to
When
get
to
out.
get out. Yeah. Like that's the
You know,
only reason I was like
knowing when to get in and when to get out. That's a lot of technical analysis, and the chart guys that I was telling you on YouTube, they can help you guys with all of that. Even Googling technical analysis, learning patterns, reading books. Dude, I can't even count how many books on stock trading patterns and technical analysis. And most of that carries over to crypto to an extent. Obviously, because it's more volatile, like where a stock would move 1% to 2%, crypto could do 10, 20, 30, 200%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it works for the most part. Theory's still there, and just like everything else,
numbers.
theory doesn't always work in real life, but the theory does roll over to what you're trying to do.
Okay.
All right.
So check the technical analysis, and that's kind of when you know when to get in, when to get out. Just real briefly, you know, as you're watching charts, you'll see points of resistance, meaning the price will go up to a certain percentage or price, and then it dumps every time. So like every time Bitcoin was originally trying to get to 20,000, it would dump, right?
Okay.
And when we were trying to break it, and then we knew as soon as we broke that point now becomes support. So as we went up, we never came back down below 20,000.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So those are
Resets.
things, right?
Resets,
So points where you reject going upward, those become resistance, and points that you bounce up from going down, those are support points.
Okay.
So you want to look at the chart and say, okay, we've touched this 4 different times. I know we're not going below that.
Below it. Okay. Yeah.
So what you want to do for an entry point, anytime you get close to that support, that's when you would want to buy.
Oh,
You know,
gotcha,
and then you go back to the chart and you say, okay, I bought down here. I'm going to look. I notice we've rejected 3 times up here. So I know I need to sell somewhere within this margin.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But that's if you're doing day trading.
that's if you're doing day trading.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, I would say
let it sit and watch it boom
let it
right
sit.
now.
Because if you buy a coin and you're selling it under a year, you have to make 40% more just to be where you would be
Where you want it to be.
if you were holding it for longer than a year.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I mean? So you're working harder to make the same amount of money
Yeah.
as you would if you were just patient, waited 366 days, 1 day over a year,
Uh-huh.
and then your short-term capital gains. And
It's a 15%.
you know, and if you're not in
That's
a
a
high
big
tax
savings.
bracket, that
Yeah.
could be 15%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's 25%
That's
savings.
That's
right
a lot.
there.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a whole lot. 25% is a lot.
Right.
That's
For doing
a lot.
nothing
If we're
other
doing-
than
yeah.
holding a couple more days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna fuck around with it, look more into it. Now I feel a little more comfortable. Like before,
listen.
just looking at it,
Yeah.
it made my fucking head hurt. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Another cool thing would be if I am going to be coming back to do like a group trading thing, you know what I mean, and show everybody like,
yeah.
Oh,
look,
that would be dope.
we're gonna
Yeah.
do a challenge and we're gonna take $1,000 and try and turn it into 10 grand. You know what I mean?
That
And
would
try
be
and
fire.
10x it.
Yeah.
And we can show here the actual buys on the
Yeah.
phone, and then we can track it. I don't know, every 3rd or 4th show and say,
we could
here's
do
where
that.
the
Yeah,
NoFux
yeah, yeah.
podcast money's
That'd
at.
be
Let's do
And
that shit. That would be
we'll go
dope.
from there.
Hell
Do it
yeah.
up here.
That's
I'm done.
interesting as fuck.
That would be
That'd
fire.
be
Yeah.
really dope.
Hell
So-
yes.
Damn, Nick, you can't come in here. Oh, you about to
over
take
the
my
podcast.
goddamn show.
I'm about to
What the
say-
hell
I'm
going
about
on?
to say,
Let
yo,
me think of that shit.
But I think that would be cool,
That
man.
would be
That'd be
fucking fire.
real.
Yeah,
That's why
let's
he's
do that shit.
successful and you're you.
And if
Hey, it doesn't matter. He's my mentor. I'm headed
just saw our
right. I'm
numbers
coming right
going up.
behind him, and I'm leaving your ass. Fuck
Shit, I'm
you.
following y'all. Fuck that.
you know, and we could even
It's
have
been
the
real, B.
viewers follow along. We could let them know these are the days we're going to be trading, and
Hell yeah, let's set
and
that
if
up.
they, like maybe I don't know, man. Do a group, and we could put it all together. They could
Okay.
mirror our trades, and they know, okay, on these days, this is what they're doing. When they sell, I sell. When they buy, I buy.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe we could work something
Work
out
something
to
out.
where
And if
Hell yeah,
I'm with it.
Yes, no, yeah, we're doing
And
that. That would be
by
that's
any
really
chance
dope. Hell
you
yeah.
might lose money, you fight this nigga over here.
oh yeah,
Nah, y'all just
had
y'all
nothing to
just
do
wait
with it.
for it to come back up. That's all you got to do.
Facts, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm
That's
definitely down
fucking
with that.
incredible. We're doing
that'd
that.
be
We're
fun.
setting that up ASAP. That would be dope.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
We'll have to get together after the
Yeah.
Should talk it out and figure out.
All right, so it'd
how
be
we wanna do it.
33%,
Hell yeah.
33%, 33%. We
Whoa.
we got your 1%. nigga.
34.6. But hey, y'all are doing a challenge today?
Bro.
Oh fuck no! Hell no, not today. We'll start back later on. Not some shit. You trying to do
That
that?
spicy stuff? Or
Yeah,
what?
you want to do a challenge today?
Y'all should do a challenge, man.
What is it?
Make it fun.
Which one you want to do? Oh fuck it, we'll do challenges. We doing challenge today. Damn, Nick, you just
I'll
got
do
the
it.
challenge, boy.
I gotta join in.
Oh,
There's one or the other. Y'all can choose.
we either eat one of those or all of them.
You know what? You
What's
got
this? Chocolate coated inside. I'll do this one.
Y'all got it. Oh.
God damn, he trying to.
that was slick in a bitch.
What is? Hey, I'm not doing that.
It didn't look like a Xanax.
Whatever that was, I ain't doing that one.
Hey, Nick was smooth. He said,
Time off,
I'm
bro.
like, hold on.
If it was drugs, I'd take it.
Oh my god! All right, what's up? Y'all ready? Oh, what
What are we gonna
shit?
do?
Rock paper scissors. That's all it go.
well, you know, since there's three of us here, we should all just do a piece.
No, fuck all that. That ain't part of the show.
Yeah. If it,
No, whoever lose.
Okay. Well, since Nick's the guest, he got to at least beat best.
Beat what?
He got to beat both of us. Like if he beats you, he goes to me. But then he got to beat me.
That ain't fair.
It's life ain't fair. He said it earlier.
Let's go,
Sometimes
Nick.
it ain't fair.
It's
All
three.
right.
It's three and shit. Hey, put up on the screen.
Wait, hold on.
Put it the screen.
Or you could do it. You guys play the first round. Whoever loses got to eat one, and then me and him will play the second round. Whoever loses,
So I gotta eat two no matter what.
It don't matter. You better not lose.
If you lose,
You better not
twice.
lose.
If you lose
All
twice,
it is
Open
chocolate
'em up.
insect. I'll eat that. All right.
Yeah.
I'll play you and then I'll play you.
All right, you ready? Three
out
and
of
then
three?
shoot.
Wait, hold on, you
Nah,
got
you
that
just
on the-
won.
it's up on the board.
You hit it
It's on the board.
three then shoot. Three then shoot.
All right.
No, you go three. One, 2, 3, and then shoot.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, then shoot.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you
Oh.
fucker.
You lost. All right.
They
Hold
said
on.
I didn't
Let
want
me beat him and you guys can eat them together.
he's killing himself.
Ready?
Same thing.
Hey, that's some bullshit.
1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
What the fuck? Man, that's his martial arts background. Everything moves slower for him, man. That's some bullshit, man.
How the fuck you just come here and do all that?
Man, I'm just gonna
Man.
eat this white chocolate, bro.
All right.
Good idea.
Man, go and get
There
you
you go.
here, I'll eat the chocolate one. Taste one for good measures.
All right.
That's a good sport right there.
That
Man, this
shit
is-
kind of good.
This is nothing compared to the crazy stuff we ate in
Oh,
China, bro.
yeah. Tell them what you ate. Tell them what you ate in China.
Oh man, let's see. So,
What you ate for fun, like just to eat? or
Dog,
like-
this
yeah,
shit sounds so
like-
disgusting.
bro, it wasn't
Them are good.
all of it was really good
man.
actually. You want some more?
Ooh, that leg kind of wiggled a little bit in my braces.
Some of the crazy stuff we ate duck cheek. So they get a duck's head and they
Duck cheek?
chop it in half with the bill and everything. And the muscle that's connected to the bill that helps it move, you eat it connected to the bill. It was actually really good. We ate
It's actually really
what
good.
they call in English, it translates to inebriated shrimp, and it's live baby shrimp that they just throw in Chinese alcohol.
Yeah.
And they get drunk, and the alcohol kind of cooks them and flavors them, and then you eat them while they're alive.
They're moving and shit.
Again, it was bomb. It sounds disgusting, but it was
Wait,
good.
what kind
bro.
of alcohol you talking about? Like
It's-
liquor alcohol?
Not
It's-
rubbing alcohol,
It's
nigga.
like,
Like what- it has
it's
to be
like
some-
a rice wine,
Okay.
but like what's the Japanese one called?
Sake?
Like sake,
Sake.
but it's Chinese and it's way better. And
What was
Yeah,
the
man.
texture of that duck cheek?
it was just like chicken, bro. It really was.
Everything tastes like chicken.
But it was good. It was richer than chicken, but the texture itself was
Yeah.
like chicken.
What's the nastiest
duck.
shit you tasted over there?
Bugs. They were like it looked like a mealworm or something, bro, and it had a hard shell on it. And it's not that it would taste gross. It was just that shit. It
Ugh,
was
crunchy.
like what I would imagine eating a cockroach would be like, you know, because they're like crunchy.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing I ate over there. We had
Those were dead though when you ate them, right?
yeah, those were dead.
Okay.
They were cooked. We had some lobster sushi, and they get the lobster, they chop it in half in
That
front of
shit
you,
sounds good.
and they open the
That
tail
sounds
up,
really good.
and then they put it in the ice, and the lobster's like doing this on the table while you're eating. And
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't know it was moving. That
Yeah,
don't
he's
sound
still
good.
alive,
Anything moving don't sound good.
what else did we eat that was crazy?
Yeah, dude.
You know, cow tongue, stomach,
Oh.
all that stuff.
Fuck
Oh,
no, bro.
one of the other things that was really good was pig ear. I had never had pig
I've had
ear
pig
before.
ears before.
That was actually really good,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, that fat white bitch.
Damn, son. Wow,
Oh,
fuck
man.
you laughing at, B? you just gotta get mad at somebody else when the joke's on you?
I don't know, man. That was probably the craziest stuff. Was the live shrimp, the duck cheek.
I think
They
duck
eat
cheek
like
would
the whole
sound-
fish, like skin and all. It's crazy. I didn't know you could eat fish scales. You can eat
Didn't
the
you eat shit
heads.
like that in
You can eat the
Japan?
eyeballs. All that crazy
Hell no,
stuff, bro.
not no damn fish with the skin on it. Nigga, no. I didn't. Hell no.
Yeah.
Nick
Lots of
just
good
Nick
stuff,
try to
man.
eat all that. Nah, I don't be volunteering for all that bullshit.
And then I tried snails for the first time when I was in Vietnam. They had like a pho with snails and stuff in it. They're cooked, but
Oh my God! So y'all, I know y'all see me on that my pho kick. That's where I got it from. I had never had some. He has me addicted.
yeah. Now he's once a week. Hey, let's go get some pho.
That's just so good. Bro.
If it gets below 40 degrees outside, he's like, "Oh, let's go get some pho. It's too cold." That's his new thing, man.
Hey,
So
that shit is awesome. I haven't had it with the snails in it though.
yeah, I haven't had it out here either. I just had it out there, and it was on. Oh man, what's that? Can't remember that guy's name. He was a cook and he ate all kinds of weird things. He had gray hair. He died a while back.
Yeah, something kitchen, right? Where he was just eating all that random shit.
Bourdain, Anthony Bourdain.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I
So
didn't think about it
he
like that.
went to this spot and ate. It's just a street food spot, and like it like blew them up, and so they have pictures of him hanging outside, like
Damn.
literally on the
Damn.
street. They're just on a building. They're not even a real vendor, but that's like the spot to go eat now because he went there and had pho, and it was on TV, and
Turned
so
it up.
Yeah.
everybody goes there. So that's one of the touristy places. Oh, and then we had some bomb blue crab that came from like 3 hours up north, and it's alive. And then they just take it and
Blue crab?
in front of you, you just throw it in this boiling pot while it's alive, and he's like trying to crawl out, and you're cooking it. That was really good.
That's so fucked up. But I'd still eat it though.
We had some Chinese version of like Kobe steak, and bro, it was so good. And they like feed the cows beer.
I like Chinese food.
And they because we went to this billionaire's house, and it was insane. He had a hibachi grill in his house with chefs
Crazy.
and everything, and it was like to seat 15 people. It wasn't little; it was huge.
Yeah.
And he got those Kobe steaks, and my translator said that they were $1,000 per steak per person. And then he got like these special green something duck eggs from like 4 hours up north from some special river, and he had his servants go get it, bro. It was insane. Like, bro, one of the best experiences of my life. It was super cool.
And you can't even get a girl to bring you a sandwich sometimes.
Hey, she'll bring me some eggs.
Not from 4 hours up north. You've had enough eggs, all them damn kids you got. You need to
fuck.
get away from eggs that females
Shit, they
bring.
had the eggs. I had the sperm. Come on.
They might have been your
Sex
eggs.
education, guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Haven't you guys already had this show?
Yeah.
I mean,
It always-
It's every
it
show.
always-
show.
Always
All
goes
right.
back to his balls in the condom. Every
Yep.
time.
All right. Well, what's up, man? I think we closing.
All right.
You good? You have
Yeah.
anything else you want to say to them before we leave? And we're gonna have them back. Like we're really gonna tell them again what we're gonna do. We're gonna really do that. What's
Yeah,
your
so
idea?
after watching it, if you guys have questions, post up. I'll jump on T's post, answer those on Facebook or Instagram. And then we're going to do a legit trading challenge for the podcast. And we're going to come in, we're going to buy some stuff, try and 10X it, and show you guys the process.
That'd be so dope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Show you kind of how we do it. I don't know how deep we want to go into it or how long we want the
Yeah.
podcast to be, but
Yeah,
kind of show you
whatever.
what we're looking for
Yeah.
and be more detailed as to what I do.
That would be so awesome.
That'd be dope for sure.
Y'all make sure to follow him at sideswipe_Nick. SIDESWIPE_Nick. You can also add him on Facebook, Nick Gallegos. So y'all can keep up with him and see what he's doing. And I'm ready to see what purchase he makes pretty soon after it hits where he wants it to hit. That's what I'm waiting to see. So
T's got some inside info that we can't
I ain't
post out
saying
here.
nothing. I ain't saying nothing. So anyway, but man, we really appreciate you coming by.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. It was
definitely.
fun.
For all of our listeners and viewers, FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't wait until it's too late.
For sure.
Signing off.
All right, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Man, I appreciate it, bro, for real.
No problem.
Cause I didn't
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I didn't know none of that shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Man,
man,
you don't know shit about
yeah, but